this week is National Unmarried and Single Americans Week. Did you know that? Okay, that is a real thing and is actually recognized by the U.S. Census Bureau. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, 46.4% of adults in America are single. That's about 117 million people. And some of them are looking for love. But the big question often is, well, where do I find somebody? Where do I meet somebody? Well, we polled the TAM fam on our Instagram, and they said outside the apps, these are the best places that they find a mate. 55% said through friends and coworkers. 17% said restaurants. 15, y'all are so funny, okay. 15% said the gym. Okay, that's not me. 13% said bars. What doesn't top many lists of single spots is an airplane. Well, that's though how my next guest met. Sasha Ebrahimi was flying on Iceland Air flight number 0670 from Denver to London with a layover in Iceland. She planned to use the empty seat next to her to try to get some sleep for the 7-hour trip. But when a flight attendant let Sasha know that the empty seat would be filled by a passenger, his name Daniel Gutierrez, little did she know that this journey was going to set her off on a world of unimaginable love. With more on this, please welcome Sasha and Daniel to the show. I love the little map that we set up of your love story here. But words speak better than cartoon maps. So here we go. Sasha, you're on the plane. You're sitting there. Yes. They say your seat's going to be taken. This young man comes in, and he sits next to you. What happens? Do you say hi? Do you feel a spark? What's going on there?
So when the flight attendant said, well, she didn't tell me that she was going to sit someone next to me, but I just heard her talking, and I heard her say that she told him to come sit over here, and I thought, oh, no. It wasn't just an empty seat, it was an empty row.
Oh.
I was going to lay down, I was going to take a nap, it was going to be great.
You had big dreams, big dreams.
I had big dreams.
Now, usually when I'm flying a long flight, I might have on pajamas. I'm not looking like I'm ready to date somebody. Were you like in your casual, comfy space?
No, I was dressed nicely.
Uh-huh.
I always have dressed nicely for flying because I just always had this feeling that I would meet my husband at an airport or on a plane. So it was just kind of something I knew, and it was something me and my friends would always joke about, that I'm going to meet my husband on a plane. So I always look nice on airplanes.
Oh, I like this. Okay, put that on your list, planes. All right, so you kind of in the back of your mind over the years thought, I'm going to meet somebody on a plane.
Yes.
When he sat down, did you instantly start talking to one another, Daniel? Did you strike up a conversation?
Yeah, I instantly introduced myself and started talking to her. I had noticed her in the airport beforehand, so.
Little did Sasha know, you'd already scoped her out in the airport. All right, so did you start like looking at the clock, or when did you start feeling pressure, I should ask you, Daniel? Like 3 hours in, she's feeling it. You're like, okay.
Yeah, I was kind of dreading asking for her number at the beginning.
Why?
I don't know. I was just...
You were nervous?
Nervous a little bit, yeah. But she asked me for my number first, so made it easy.
So, when the plane is finally landing, taxiing down, what's the feeling like? We can't let this go?
So he had a friend on the flight.
Yeah.
So that made it a little more, like, awkward, I guess, getting off the plane. So then when we got into the terminal, I was leaving on my layover because I had a 10-hour layover. So I was getting out of the airport, and they were going towards their connection because they were going to London, too. So it was just kind of like an awkward goodbye. It's like,
but you knew it wasn't goodbye.
Right. I mean, we had each other's number at that point, so. And we had talked on the plane about how I was going to Scotland, and he was like, oh, well, I'm going to go to Scotland.
Well, listen, it must be the hot spot because congrats, you got engaged last year while on vacation in the Dominican Republic, and you had your wedding in Colorado last month.
Yep.
I mean, you know, we had Cynthia Bailey on. She said, you know when you know. And I said, do you lead normally with your heart or your head? How do you answer that? Are you a heart-head person?
Definitely a heart person, but in that moment when I knew, it was more in my head. I texted my friend as soon as we landed because she was meeting me in London, and I said, I just met my husband.
Wow. Well, I mean, people have gone crazy over this story, and I know that you both love to travel. So when Iceland Air heard about your love story, they gifted you 2 round-trip premium class tickets to Iceland. And listen, Iceland Air must really love love because this is worth $5,000. And that's not all. That's not all. We spoke to Iceland Air and they want to help upgrade your trip. Center Hotels is giving you 5 nights free plus a Golden Circle City tour to see the stunning national park, VIP access to one of the wonders of the world, the Blue Lagoon, where you'll all enjoy in-water massages and dinner for 2 at the gourmet restaurant Lava that is built into an 800-year-old lava cliff on the west bank of the lagoon. You've taken a whirlwind romance and turned it into a lifelong love. So congratulations to both of you. Congratulations.